Relationship, where we talk about the mind, the body, and the relationship. My name is Emerald Hill, and joining me today is Dr. Laurie Ponsford-Hill.
Yes, and so we're here together to talk about something that I had mentioned earlier, which is Maslow's hierarchy. And we actually have a tower that we're going to be building today.
Cool.
Based on Maslow's hierarchy. So what I'm going to be doing is giving you a color. Oops, emerald, green. I get purple, unique. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing is talking about the importance of how it is that we take care of ourselves, right? Not only biologically, but emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually.
Sounds good.
All right. So what I thought we would do is actually really build Maslow's hierarchy, which is usually in a triangle shape, but we're going to be using our Tower of Power here in order to be able to create it. So how about if you grab one of the blocks here? And so when we think about needs hierarchy, the first layer is to do with physiological needs or biological needs, right? So it's to do with the body. So the first thing that I think about when I think about taking care of my body, I think about the food that I eat.
Right, sure. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to write down food on mine. All right. Your turn.
Okay. I guess I would say hygiene.
Yeah, sure. That's right. Bathing, right?
Yeah, why don't I put bathing?
Bathing is a good one. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a really good one. Next, I'm going to come up with water. Because basically we are made of water and we need to actually really drink a lot of water every day, right? So there we go.
Yeah.
How about another one?
Okay. Let me think. I guess exercise.
Exercise, brilliant. Exercise, very, very important.
How about movement?
Movement.
Because a lot of people are healthy, but
Well, that's right, exactly. It's being able to move your body. I mean, when it is that people are in pain, they stop moving.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's important to keep moving. Okay, so let me see. Another one that I'm going to be writing down is to do with, how about warmth, right?
Yeah.
Good temperature, right? Don't want to be too warm, don't want to be too cold, right? So it's really important for a need to be able to regulate your temperature.
Shelter?
Shelter is a fabulous one, right? So you need to actually really have a place to, be.
Yeah.
In order to care for yourself. Perfect. The next one I'm going to say is I'm going to say sleep. Sleep is like really, really important, right? You need to be able to get a good night's sleep, or else what happens when it is that you can't sleep?
Basically everything shuts down.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
The body becomes in distress.
Yeah.
Perfect. What else do you think in regards to physiological needs, bodily needs? Well, I'm going to say about taking care of yourself by going to the doctor, right?
Yeah.
Going to the dentist, right?
That's
that sort of thing, right? Yeah. Doctor, dentist, right? To take care of your body. I think that's really, really important.
Right.
How about another one? One more.
One more.
Yeah, one more. You having trouble with?
I am having trouble with it. I guess I don't know, maintenance?
Maintenance?
Yeah, like if you don't trim your nails or, your hair, it gets pretty brittle, or you get when you wake up and you're like, ow, my toe hurts, and it turns out you have a hangnail that's caught on something. I'm not
brilliant.
the only one, I swear to God.
That sounds brilliant. All right, write that down.
Maintenance?
Yeah, maintenance, right? Grooming, I guess is basically what you're talking about, right? I think that's a good one.
I'm having a hard time with my little marker here.
Oh no. All right, there we go. So we have our first layer in regards to our hierarchy, our Tower of Power. All right, so next layer of basic needs is to do with safety, right? Keeping yourself safe, right? So I'm writing down safety. So when you think of safety, safety needs, what do you think of? It can be emotionally, psychologically, physically, like safety covers everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess like protection.
There you go, right? Yes. So self-protection?
Yeah, self-protection, you know.
Well, that's
All right,
good.
then, self-protection.
Self-protection, that's really good. Having a safe place, I think, is really important. So I'm going to write down safe place. What would be another one?
Well, it would be nice to think that, you know, you could have protection from others, like protection from by teachers, like when you're a kid and you're being bullied.
Oh, that's right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's more like kind of like authority.
Yeah, an authority figure.
Okay,
or something.
well, that's a good one. Writing down authority. I think that's a really good one. Yeah, and something else that comes to my mind is like having good boundaries.
Yeah.
Right? Safety to me is keeping the distance. I think that's really good. So I'm gonna write down boundaries.
Sounds good. Boundaries are great.
All right, so that's really good. What's another one?
My mind goes to as well like standards and expectations.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that sounds really good, right?
Yeah. I'll put expectations, I guess.
Okay, expectations. I think that's really good. I mean, it makes you feel safe when it is that you know what it is that's expected of you.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense to me. What would be another one in regards to safety needs? Maybe let's do one more layer. What do you think?
Okay, we can try.
Okay. All right. You know, I think a part of it, even though, you know, we're really in basic needs, to me, when I think about safety, I also think of psychological safety.
Right.
Right? Because when we feel safe, then the truth is that we're not triggered into any kind of mental health disorders like anxiety, depression, that sort of thing.
Right.
Right? So I'm going to write down psychological safety, even though we're talking about basic needs.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfect. And so 2 more in regards to safety.
Perhaps predictability?
Oh, that sounds really good. To be able to predict what it is that's going on, that's for sure. And you know what, I'm gonna write down weather.
Oh yeah.
As my last kind of one, right? Because you know, when it's nice outside, the sun's shining, the truth of the matter is I feel safe. The wind picks up, all right? There's scary clouds in the air, the warning signs on the 401. That impedes safety, I think.
For sure.
Sounds good. So next we're moving into psychological needs. And so our next layer on our Tower of Power is going to be belongingness and love needs.
Right.
All right. So when you think about belongingness and love needs, what comes to mind?
Family.
Family is excellent.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to write down a significant other.
I guess friendship.
Friendship is really good. Exactly. It's important to have a support system, right? So I'm going to write down support system.
Someone to go to so you can complain about your family.
Sounds like a plan. Beautiful. What would be another one in regards to belongingness and love needs?
Belongingness and love needs. A lot of people consider animals to be family members.
Oh, beautiful. That sounds really good, right? Something to hold,
Yeah.
right? That brings me to touch. I think touch is really, really important.
I think so.
Yeah, so I'm going to write that down. Touch.
Does eye contact count?
Yeah, exactly. I think eye contact does count, right?
Cool.
People look at you, and I mean, it makes you feel
Respected.
included.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. I think so. Oh, included. How about that? I'm going to write that down. One more, and you have it.
Lamar.
Aha!
In regards to love and belonging.
That's right.
Like acceptance,
Acceptance?
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe, when you trust. How's that?
Trust. Trust is important. Without trust, there's no relationship, right?
Yeah.
So trust, excellent one. There we go. So next we have esteem needs, right? It's part of our psychological tier. So esteem is to do with feelings of accomplishment, right? Feelings that you are important, you're significant, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
That gives us high self-esteem, right? So when you think of that, esteem needs, what would you write on yours?
Praise.
Praise. Praise is really good. Excellent. Yeah, so esteem needs, when I think about that, I think about what I do for a living.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because what we do is how we identify ourselves.
For sure.
Right? What would be another one in regards to esteem needs?
Being able to, like, try new things and stuff like that.
Oh, so true. Yeah, try new things, like our challenge. That's really good. Mm-hmm. Trying new things. I'm thinking like being successful at what you try.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's important to actually really win every once in a while.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Very important, actually. Oh, dear.
Self-esteem. I think, like, taking care of yourself, like looking a certain way.
Oh, that's really good. I think so. Looking good.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Looking good and just feeling good about yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, feeling good about self. Beautiful. Oh, there you go. Okay. Perfect. Is there anything else that comes to mind when you think about your esteem or how you look at yourself, feel about yourself?
Acceptance from others, I guess.
That's a good one. Sure, acceptance from others. What was coming to my mind was wellness.
Yeah.
Yeah, wellness. Because I think, when you feel well, then it helps with how it is that you feel about yourself. Ooh, and one more, and I took it. Ooh, prestige. Let's go with that. Prestige.
I know a lot of people who have a lot of titles, and it's like their self-esteem is never ending.
Are you talking about me? Okay, all right. So now we're right at the top of our Tower of Power.
Yeah.
And the last one that we're going to be talking about is self-fulfillment needs. And that's to do with what we call self-actualization. So that's right at the top of the pyramid. And that's to do with actually making those achievements, right? Doing whatever it is that you need to do to achieve your goals, to be who it is that you're really wanting to be, to reach your full potential, right? All of that kind of things, including creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to start that one off with creativity. I'm going to jump in because I think that the one thing you need for creativity is an imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motivation?
Yeah, motivation's great, right? Because if you're motivated, then you're active, you're doing things, right? So then I'm going to write down goals, right? Because when you're achieving your goals, that's when you're self-actualized. Perfect.
How about when you're like accountable? Accountability?
Accountability is great. And so I'm going to write down fulfillment.
What's a good way to say drive? Driven to do things. It's not like the same as, you're motivated, but you have, you want it. So
That's right. I think drive is good. When I think about drive, I also think about energy.
Yeah.
Right? Because you need to have good energy. And I think when you add all of these things together, that's what we're actually really talking about. I actually really want to say something like task-oriented.
Yeah, like organized or something.
Yeah. Why don't you write down organized and I'll write down task-oriented.
Sure.
Woo! We only have 2 more.
How about commitment?
Ooh, I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, commitment.
I'll write that one down. We got one more.
There you go. Perfect. I guess the other thing that I'd like to say is like two things came to mind. One was I wanted to say social, right? And then not afraid to be social.
Right.
Right? So maybe engagement?
Sure.
Being able to be engaged.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That makes sense.
Okay, beautiful. Look at that. Here's our Tower of Power. So I think what the key is to all of these things when you put them all together is that they actually all impact one another.
They really do.
They really do, right? Because the truth of the matter is it is about building things up from the baseline.
Right.
Right? So if you take out, let's just say, I'm going to start, I'll just take out this one.
Sure.
Trust.
Right.
Right? So when you think about trust, that for me, what I think about is not only being able to trust yourself, right, with all of these different things. So your physiological needs, right? Trust that you're actually really taking care of your body. Your esteem. Without trust, that would erode your self-esteem.
For sure.
Right? Without self-trust, trusting yourself, trusting others. The truth is that it would be near impossible to be self-actualized.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, your turn.
My turn.
Your turn.
I'm gonna say.
I saw that.
Okay. Successful.
Woo! All right, successful.
Yeah.
All right, so thinking about our pyramid and all the different layers, even though, we had it as just the one layer, what do you think in regards to esteem? I believe we put it in for that.
Well, for sure. Like, I think it really hits all of the levels. Like, physiological needs, you have to be successful in feeling like you're in a safe place. Like, like I'm happy with where I'm living right now. I'm happy with, my physical abilities right now.
Beautiful.
Maybe you're training for something and you're actually reaching those physical goals.
Exactly,
Yes.
right? Which impacts everything.
Safety needs, like
Safety
successful at, self-protection or belonging and love needs, fits in with everybody.
This is a lot harder than it looks.
It really is.
Oh, motivation. Yes. So motivation, right? I mean, without motivation, think about it. You wouldn't be motivated to care for yourself at all.
No.
Right? And so even though motivation is way up here, we have it up, way at the top, truth of the matter is that it affects every single layer of who it is that we are. Yeah. All right, your turn.
Oh, this is scary. Trust. Oh, no, not that one.
Maybe we have to make a rule. If you touch it, you have to move it.
No. That's a terrible rule.
Is it? Ooh, look at that.
Oh, okay.
What have you got?
Family.
Family. Yeah, family is an interesting one, isn't it? Because when you think about family, that's where it is that the majority of your bodily needs are actually really met, right? Because, food, eating together, right?
For sure.
Being in your house, right? Having a place to live, in essence, right? One thing we didn't write down, clothing.
Yes, clothing.
I just thought of that as I was talking. We didn't actually have one for clothing. Woo! I got sleep.
That's not the one you touched first.
All right, I have sleep. You know what? Without good sleep, everything falls apart.
There's no way to operate without good sleep.
There's just no way to operate. Yeah, exactly. All right, your turn.
Gotta trust your spouse not to snore. Completely ruin your life.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Look at that. Okay.
Try new things.
Try new things. Oh, what do you think about that?
Well, I think it's interesting and I think it ties in. Like, really, memories that build who you are, you know, you try new things with your family,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it builds trust between you and your family. And
That is so true. You know,
Yeah.
and I never even thought about that, right? When it is that you have little children, right?
Yeah.
How they learn is by, you know, the knocks and the bumps,
yeah.
right? That's the trying of new things. You can't bubble wrap them.
No, you really just can't.
I mean, that starts right at the bottom, right? For physiological needs, really. Also, too, right? Without trying new things. All right, so I've got grooming, right? And of course, grooming, right? Without that, we wouldn't be actually really able to take care of ourselves, right?
Right?
Yeah, perfect. I
It's
know.
getting a little precarious now.
It is. Ooh.
Energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think very much the same thing. Without energy, you wouldn't be able to do anything. Oh, we've got eye contact, right? Which tells us that we are okay when
Yeah.
someone's looking us in the eye, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and that goes right down to safety. I mean, that's the one thing that we do. We look one another in the eye to know that we're safe.
For
right?
sure.
There we go. Your turn.
Is it really? Are you sure? I think it's your turn. Fulfillment.
Fulfillment. Yeah. Well, fulfillment is about, you know, feeling that you've achieved everything that you need to achieve, and that really does reflect every single layer. All right. I don't think this was a good one. Huh?
I'm worried.
I'm worried too. Come on. Come on.
Come on, little
Come
baby.
on. Uh-oh. 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 This was not a good one to choose.
Are you moving the blocks up?
Oh, I did it. I did it. Expectations. Oh, there you go. Exactly. Knowing the expectations of exactly how it is that you need to take care of yourself right from the bottom level. Very important.
Right, and I also think like expectations of others as well. Like if you tell yourself, you know, oh, this person is going to be able to do all this and it's going to be amazing and I can feel like we're going to achieve all these things, then it turns out that that person's actually just a little worm. Then those expectations aren't going to be fulfilled.
You're talking about your high school experiences in groups.
No, I'm talking about any experiences in groups, right up to college. Oh my god.
That's funny. All right. Ooh, what's this one?
Touch.
Touch. Yeah, touch is really important. You think about when it is that you're have a baby or you were a baby. I mean, the touch actually really is very, very important just for survival.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I don't know if I want to touch that one. All right, I'll touch this one. Ooh, self-protection.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so, I mean, without that, there's nothing, right? So even though it's all on the different levels, you can see how each level affects other levels.
Yeah.
No matter what level it is that you're taking from. Your turn.
That one was authority.
It got you in the end. Oh. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and talking with us about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And as you can see, it's really important to be able to have all of those different layers in order to get to the top, which is to be self-actualized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have any other topics that you would like us to discuss, please leave a comment below this video. As well, give us a like and subscribe. We would love to have you here.